Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, for all the likes, shares, and subscribes, everyone who is booking and sending in donations. All the things. All the things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. I do. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's just dive right in. I don't feel as though that there are any announcements per se, but let's just dive in, shall we? Okay. All right. What does the collective need to know? Okay, so collective, there's kind of something, I don't know what it is, but I have this, so I heard I surrender, okay, and then also, like something about like closing your eyes. I don't know if there's like something going on around you or something, like going on in your life right now that may seem like, I don't know, there's something about you releasing control, but also like when I feel like the closing your eyes things is like not putting any type of expectations or trying to, again, it's like trying to understand or know the outcome here. Okay, I don't know, like where this is like in, like what part of your life this is in. They're not being very specific, but there's definitely this energy of just like either you choosing to surrender or you needing to surrender here. Okay. And then kind of after that, like closing your eyes, like, I don't know, not necessarily like going to sleep per se, but like closing your eyes and allowing the divine to take care of it. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. For all of you, it's going to be different. But there is certainly an energy in which this is the guidance. Okay, so whatever you may be experiencing right now, the divine is encouraging you to surrender, okay, and to like just, and it's not necessarily, like I said, it's like close your eyes as in like let it go. Like literally, like what the word surrender means is like let it go completely, okay? Don't try to force your will onto whatever this is or try to change the outcome. And that's all the ego. That's the ego, right? It comes from a space of it actually, they're drawing me to the root chakra, right? Which makes sense because we want to control things in order to feel safe. Okay, there's a reason that we pick up on that trait, and there was some time in our life in which we were out of control when things were out of our hands, and we were left in a position in which we didn't feel safe, we didn't feel seen, we didn't feel loved, we didn't feel heard, or we didn't feel cared for. And so that is where that programming of wanting to control everything comes in, is so that you can feel safe, right? It's just this energy of like, I'm in control, so I know that everything is going to be okay. But there's something that this control that you're having, I feel like, is actually I feel like it's actually it like got to a point where it's possibly like blocking you, right? In some sort of area, or it's causing some sort of like turmoil or something like that, or I'm hearing chaos, and that's not for a lot of you, but there could just be like an area in your life in which like your focus may be really drawn to, or something like that here, okay? I also heard be careful what you wish for. Okay. So, and that's not in like this, like, I don't feel like it's in like a threatening way at all. Like, it's this energy around, and I'm sure, you know what, I'm sure we've all seen it in which we have like, like made a wish or something like that. And when it shows up to you, it may be like in some other, it oftentimes does not show up in um, how you anticipated it, or how you, right, that control. Okay, here, this is yeah, there's definitely something about like manifestation or planting some sort of seeds or something here. Okay, and there's like this like built up of like pressure, almost like, I don't know if like you feel like you're reaching like a deadline, or if you feel like you're reaching some sort of I'm not sure what this is exactly, but the divine is encouraging you to just surrender and to like literally let it go. Find something else to do. Okay, find something else to tap into your creativity. Open a book. Clean. I don't know. There's, but like cleaning's boring, but you get what I'm saying. It's like some of you are like super hyper focused on something, and it's just like that. Like the watched pot doesn't boil. You know what I mean? We talk about that all the time. Or maybe not all the time, but we have talked about it lots of times. So yeah, there's somebody that like literally that's the answer that you need. You're looking for this answer. You're looking for some sort of because here's why. I honestly feel like something is we've been talking about like the eclipse and the full moon recently, like, and how there's just this energy, even if you like, this is a timeless reading, so even if you come back to this later, there's like been this like, or there's kind of in the progress of this like really big clearing here. Okay. And so that's kind of, they're showing me like when you rebuild a building, right, like from the base up, right, from the foundation up, okay, or even if you like break it down to the foundation, there is this time in this space in which like everything is breaking down, right? All of you have to clear out the rubble, yeah. And then there is this time in which the foundation is empty, right? In order for things to be rebuilt onto, okay? So there's something about some of you possibly being, I feel like a lot of you are kind of in this space in which, you're at this like blank slate, this like this blank foundation, right? And so there's almost this energy like it's like Right, like, 'cause it keeps showing me this like blank foundation, and they're showing me like somebody just like rebuilding like one brick at a time here. Okay. Um, because I feel like a lot of you know, you might be alone or you like isolated, I'm hearing. Hermit mode here, okay? I feel like you're coming out of hermit mode, especially because you're like, now you're like rebuilding this foundation here, okay? Um, there's kind of this idea because it's kind of confusing. It's kind of almost conflicting, right? Because when you're building something, typically you would want to have some sort of blueprint, some sort of plan, some sort of outline, some sort of, you know what I mean? Like a something to go by here. But and it makes sense that it doesn't make sense, okay? Because that's typically when God shows up. That's typically you know, the divine is when it doesn't make sense at all, according to what we've been taught by society here. There's kind of this energy of like release the blueprint, okay, and just allow yourself to just like brick by brick and follow that guidance. Because again, there's this energy around like if you draw the blueprint based on what you're, you know what I mean? Like sometimes, you know, often we're given visions and that's a little bit different, right? But I'm talking about straight from your own expectations. There's kind of this energy where I feel like you're going to be limiting yourself here, okay? It's like then all these other things come in, right? Like the cost of the brick. And I probably should have a smaller house because that would be more affordable, right? Or like you know, like what, you know, whatever it may be. I don't know, but it's like this energy of like release the blueprint and just go brick by brick and see what unfolds, because you may end up with, you know what I mean, like this very unique like building, you know, that I don't know. I feel like there is there's definitely a release of like your mind, wanting to control here. So yeah, there's like this energy of like, you know, if we're talking about surrendering to the how, the what, the when, the where, about this new establishment or this new whatever it is that you're building, right? This new life, this new for some of you, it might actually be a house, okay? For others of you, it's like just your life. It could be a business. It could be just your own foundation. Like, there's so many different things, like a creative idea. Like for some of you, this is as big as a house. But for others of you, it's really simple and really small. But there's, you know, but our mind slows us down because we... you know, again, it goes back to that, the who, the where, the how, right? We don't need to know that right now. And I feel like this is a big lesson that the divine is kind of ushering in here of like, let it go. Like, let it go. And let us like serve you kind of in a way. It's like your ideas are wonderful. They're wonderful. Okay? Like the divine really wants you to know you have fantastic ideas. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm a parent talking to a child. I love them. I love them. But what if, you know what I mean? There's almost like this, like I'm thinking about like a time where like, you know, my kids, like if I'm talking to my kids or something, like, and they have, it's like a weekend, and in my mind, I've got this really awesome plan that I know they're going to love. Like, right? Like maybe we go on a random trip or we go do something really fun randomly that is going to be a huge surprise, right? But in their mind, they're like, okay, mom, I got this going on, or I got this going on, or like I want to do this, or I want to do this. But then when I show up with well, I actually had this planned, and their eyes like light up, and they're like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, that was unexpected. This is this energy. So the divine has a plan for you. You just need to surrender in order to receive what is wanting to come in for you. Because I feel like you're like, again, it's like you're holding on to part of it is like the programming from the past. It's like you're releasing this, right? But there's still bits and pieces that are showing up in these random thoughts that might flow through. Okay, and so it's almost like some of you are attempting to build in this 5D energy, right? So that is a state of consciousness. For some reason, I feel guided to explain like 3D, 5D, heaven, hell. For me, it's all a state of consciousness. It's all how you perceive what's around you, your state of understanding. Okay. And so it's like you are attempting to build in this new state of consciousness with the old rules. And the divine's like, no, 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 no. Take that rule book and crumple it up and throw it out and just go, like, be creative. Just go lay some brick. You know what I mean? Just go, whatever it is. Because I feel like whatever this is, it's probably exciting. Okay. But there's something that's like I said, it's being birthed here. It's wanting to come in here. I feel like it's something that's like straight from your heart, which would make sense as to why, like our mind wants to, it doesn't really want to limit it, but that's why the heart knows no limits. Okay. The mind is the only thing that knows the limit. And so there's like this energy of, yeah, the divine's just like, please release these thoughts. I just keep hearing that song. I Surrender by Saint Finnegan. So, so some of you it might be a good like meditative practice to just kind of put that song on and just listen to it while you're meditating or whatever. But I love that song. It's such a good song. Okay. All right. So what else? I like this. I like this because it's like, well, that's easy. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally like the divine saying like, hey, whatever this problem is that you feel like you have, okay, that you feel like you're facing, just like let that go. Okay. Because it also, if there's any like healing around that thought process that needs to happen, I feel like that's also, that could be part of whatever is coming up. You know what I mean? It's part of it. But it's almost like the healing is the surrendering. You know what I mean? Like, some of you might actually be like going within and trying to, like trying to find like the root, you know what I mean? Like normal, right? Like, okay, so this is approaching me, something is happening here. I don't really know what's going on. I'm going to go within on it. I'm going to look for the root. I'm going to pull that sucker out and we're going to move forward, right? Just like every other day, gardening in this life experience, okay? And yeah, anyways, sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, so I feel like some of you might be like going within, looking for that root, and the root is the control. Oh. Okay. And so you might actually, and you may feel it in your root chakra. Interesting. Okay. Okay, moving forward. What it feels like is there's been major completion. Like major completion, and we've been talking about that, right? For a lot of you, it was like a 7-year cycle. For others of you, you know, other amounts of time. But I'm hearing 10 years. Could have been 9 years. I just heard 12. You know what I mean? Like major cycles, okay? 5 years. Also 3 years. You know, and some of you are ending these cycles all at once. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, so there's just like this, it's like the cleanup crew is like gone, you know what I mean? Like if we're going back to that building, like the cleanup crew is gone. And we're looking at a blank, clean slate here. Okay? So I guess basically I feel like there's kind of this energy, like I said, it's like wanting to, like some of you like might not be moving because you don't know the end result, or there might be some sort of stagnancy or something. I feel like a lot of you are coming out of stagnancy, and that may be why whatever is going on, whatever this is kind of confusing. Because it's like, wait a second. So you're telling me, you know, that I just ended this major cycle, right? And now this is, you know, I don't know what it is. It's like, say for instance, say you know what I mean? You decided, you had all this encouragement, you were guided, you tore down this building, okay? You got it all cleaned up. And now you've got this blank foundation. But for some reason, and like all the way through, like tearing it down, right? Like there was like resources that showed up, all these things, right? And now it's like maybe like things are quiet as far as like resources coming in, and you're kind of like, well, but you have this like pile of bricks and some, some mortar right here, right? Um, and there's like this energy of like, well, what about when that's gone? Well, don't worry about when that's gone. You have that right now. You can get started on that right now. That's this energy. Because there's this, it's like this new, we've been talking about releasing, like decentering money, right? As far as like we're not here, like money doesn't run this 5D world, right? Like we're here to create and to experience, right? And it's not here to like work for money. Money is here to work for us, okay? And so there's kind of this energy in which there's this flippity flop here, okay? And where was I going with that, Divine? Oh, this new, okay, thank you. And so like the way that you are going to start receiving, okay, with the Empress here, yeah, you are in this Empress energy, this receiving energy, even if you are a masculine, okay, or once you surrender, okay, you probably will be pulled into that energy. It's your mind that keeps you, like I said, it's the heart. That is where the heart knows no limits, okay? And so there's this energy of like opening yourself up to like receiving in different ways, right? It's like, okay, so say the day after you have finished laying all of this brick and this mortar that you already have, so you get a phone call and suddenly somebody is like, hey, I just tore down, or I just, I have this load of bricks. I don't know what to do with it. I'm just trying to get rid of it. I need it out, like I need it, you know what I mean? Like it's this type of energy. So it doesn't have to be around resources. It doesn't have to be around money. That's just the example that they're like showing up with, especially when we're comparing it to like actually building a building, right? Like, and so yeah, so whatever you are currently experiencing, like I mean, this could have to do with children. Maybe some of you, they're telling me that some of you are maybe possibly confused on what to do with or about a child, okay? Or it could have to do, again, just wherever it fits. For some of you, it's like this new hobby that you really want to start. And I'm sorry, I'm like kind of laughing because it's like, I'm kind of giggling because it's kind of like, what are you waiting on? Like, I don't know. Type of energy here, okay? But there's something about like the newness of whatever is maybe a little intimidating or something, or again, it's those old thoughts that are trying to creep in here, okay? So there's just kind of this energy of like sitting and just surrendering and then diving into some sort of creative activity, right? When we think about 5D consciousness and we think about the flow of things, right? We are put here to literally exclusively experience this planet and to create. That's why we're here. Well, and to heal soul evolution and things like that. But that is what this experience is meant to be. It's meant to be about creating and experiencing and using the abundance of resources that are on this planet to our advantage, right? They are here for us. Don't get me wrong. I don't. The human race is not any more important than like Mother Nature. Okay, don't get me twisted on that. But because I'm convinced that if we might be in better shape if animals ruled the world. But anyways, so yes. And Sherry, that's exactly right. Like it there's also this energy about opening yourself up to creating with others, right? It kind of reminds me of the reason why I was originally so attracted to the platform TikTok is because I have seen in so many different instances on that platform where one person will create some type of content and somebody else will take their creativity and add on to it. And then it just keeps growing, right? Like I've seen people like create music this way, dances, like all kinds of different things, right? Trends, all kinds of different things. Like, and so that's this type of energy of, and it comes from a space of, right, the old 3D would have been like, well, you just took my work and you know what and did something to it. But the new 5D is like, oh, I like what you did there. Let's see. You know what I mean? Like there's this energy, there's a huge energy shift. Okay. And so there may be some time in which you are literally just sitting on this empty slate, this empty foundation, this empty like slab of concrete in between before you really start building on these bricks. Like I'm literally just seeing somebody sit in the middle of it, like meditating. Okay. So I don't know why that's significant, where that's coming from. But I feel like it's about slowing down. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. It feels like it's about slowing down. And like, what is your hurry? What is your rush? Type of energy here. Okay. All right. And I know society says that we have to go and rush and all of these things, and that's just not the case. That's just not the case here. Okay, I'm going to clear these out. Let's see what else. You know what I'm excited to see is a bunch of really creative, super awesome, unique, new buildings going up. You know what I mean? Like not literally, but like, it's like the way that we're being encouraged to rebuild, because you have to think about this. You, not only are you just rebuilding for your life, okay, but also, like, we are shifting consciousness collectively, right? So we are literally building the foundation of this new earth, like, and I like, excuse the air quotes, like, it is a new earth, but it's a state of consciousness, right? And so there's this energy, and we're all connecting on it. Okay. So like, that takes a lot of work. It's like a whole new empire that we are building, okay? And we're building it from the heart space. So first of all, there's no limits. Second of all, there's no time. Time does not exist. And third of all, you're doing it, you're like tapping into the highest version of yourself when you're moving from the space of your heart to create, right? And to build. And so, I don't know, I don't know if you just need a little patience, or like there's just kind of like this like reminder of like, hey, just real quick, right? Like, we know that there's a whole old earth energy still going on out there, okay? But just a reminder for you, you're not really associated anymore, okay? You're still human, but you've reached a different state of consciousness, and in this state of consciousness, we are energetically building the foundation for the trajectory of the way that the earth and the world should be moving forward for many, many generations. That's a big deal. That's a big fucking deal. Excuse my language. So, like, just take a minute, right? And there's also this energy of like how many civilizations have people built on their own expectations with their ego and their mind, and those civilizations have come crashing down because the ego took over and shit went to hell. Okay, so that's kind of really why it's also super important that we're not projecting our own egoic ideas onto this new earth energy, right? Moving from the heart, surrendering. One step at a time, one brick at a time, following your guidance, tapping into your creativity, creating, experiencing. Okay. All right, my lovelies, let's get some final messages. Final messages, and then I've got to go lay some bricks. I like this message. I like it very much. Alrighty. I just keep hearing that song. You guys have to go listen to that song. And I'm hearing that some of you aren't at a state in which you're like building yet, right? You might still be clearing out the rubble, or, you know, even breaking down the original building. Right? Excuse me. And you're at different states here, okay? At different stages. First of all, you're exactly where you should be. Everything is perfect just as it is, okay? But it's almost like this energy in which, like, like when it is time for you to build for whoever this is for, when it's time, when you are down to that blank slab, right? And it's time for you to like kind of rebuild here, or like put your like physical work into like rebuilding, or whatever it may be, right? Like physical manual labor. You're actually, for the, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be, it's going to be like easy breezy for you. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, oh, I can totally like rest through this, right? I can totally just like, I don't know, be present with this. So, you know, if you come across this and you're not quite at the stage in which it's time to rebuild yet, know that this message is still for you. And that you are where you're supposed to be. You are still, you know, moving on this 5D, you know, moving towards this 5D state of consciousness, coming into this new earth energy, okay? And so, like, you know, nobody's being left behind. There's like this, there could be this fear of being like left behind or something like that. Nobody's, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there will be some people. But remember that I don't even like saying that. Remember that everyone signed up for exactly what they're doing. You know what I mean? Even the people that are not growing, not healing, right? Those people are here to reflect to you what it looks like if you don't. Okay? It's like they're also serving a purpose. So also, okay, going back to that like close your eyes energy here. Okay. That seems very naive. That seems very like here's the thing. Going back to those people that signed up to do whatever they did, right? Whether it be not grow or cause problems or like have the restrictions or to cause the suppression or whatever it is, right? It is like written in the stars that they are meant to now, like it is a universal law here, okay, that now that the tables are spinning, now that the energetic shift is happening, okay, that they are meant to kind of go, now they have to be the wounded warrior, if you will. Okay. And because I feel like, and the divine feels like a lot of you have a really big and compassionate heart, I feel like that's why you need to close your eyes, because I feel like a lot of you might run and jump and want to save a bunch of these people. But you're not meant to do that. You're meant to be still, okay? And anyone that is supposed to receive any type of help or guidance or just inspiration or whatever it is from you, okay, your frequency, they will come to you. Now, if you're feeling guided to kind of, like, don't get me wrong, some of you are feeling guided to start some sort of, like, you know, I'm hearing like a movement or like a, something here. I don't know, but that's a little bit different. I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you not to go out and do anything. But I'm telling you to surrender your thoughts as to what things are supposed to look like right now and just tap into that heart energy, into your creativity, and just start experiencing living, not just existing. I saw this thing yesterday, and I'd never seen it before. It looked like a girl that had channeled a message about all of the things that are going on in the world right now. It looked like she probably channeled this in probably like the 70s. No, probably like the 80s. Okay. That this girl is, and she is talking about the big shift in the Earth's energy. Okay. And how if she said it takes, I think it was 8% of the collective energy to shift their energy into a higher, hold on, let me let Maui do his thing. Okay. It's like there's and shifting, and there's like this, and the shift of the earth is actually like it is having a universal effect, right? It's not just this planet. And so there's some sort of like portal or something to, I forget exactly what she said, but basically, and she said that if we as a collective, if we were successfully accomplishing shifting this, the energy, that there would be a lot of mass deaths, okay? A lot of people that are just like, you know, dying in a lot of different ways, right? Natural things, war, shootings, things like that. And she said that these people actually signed up for this. They signed up for this so that they could hurry, like they're leaving so that they could hurry up and get to, because of, you guys need, I shared it. You need to watch it. She explained it so much better than I am, because there's details to it that I'm not remembering. As far as like these people hadn't shifted their energy here on Earth, right? But if they go into this like portal and this, you know, by a certain time, that they still get to go to this new energy, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, so that kind of helps explain a lot of what's going on in the world right now. Okay. I'll find it and I'll post the video on over here on YouTube. But so basically, I feel like this message is to let you know that, hey, we're successfully shifting this planet. Okay? What you're doing is a big deal. All right? And there is something that you just need to surrender. Okay? You just need to surrender. You just need to create. We are learning to navigate this new energy here. Okay? And any type of lack that may be showing up in your life, and lack doesn't just show up in finances, it can show up in relationships, it can show up in work, it can show up in, I mean, anything. Any type of that is an illusion, and I feel like it's being removed here, okay? So, any hootskis, I think I'm going to leave it there. I really like this message. I really like this message. So, class, your job today, your homework is to surrender. Surrender and create. Lay some bricks. I don't know. Look, as I say that, we have the magician. Don't play with me. Exactly. Today's your birthday, Holly? Happy birthday! Hell yeah, Tink. Love to hear that. I love you too, Mary. All right, guys. Awesome reading. I love it. I love it. I love it. Arlene, what if that happened so that you could get this like super awesome new vehicle, right? Like, sure, maybe riding the bus right now fucking blows. I'll be the first to tell you. I wouldn't want to do it. I certainly wouldn't want to do it. But I do know that sitting in an energy of gratitude, of just the fact that the bus exists and that you could still get to work, is probably going to attract a much nicer car. And you are totally entitled to feel the feelings that you're feeling, this anger or this frustration or whatever. But I would find the root of it, and I would try to switch that into gratitude, because gratitude will change your whole life. It'll change your whole life. I feel that, Shelly. All right, guys. That's how I feel about my vehicle. She is a trooper. And I just love on her all the time. 21? Okay. Let me think. How old? Mine is a 2013. So mine's 11. So, dang, your car's really... Anyways, okay, guys. Hey, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I hope that you have the very best day. Okay? And, we'll talk soon.